We all have thoughts, emotions, feelings inside of us, many of which we keep to ourselves, sometimes that we share. And some of those feelings, those emotions are pain, disappointment, struggle, sadness. And the Torah tells us in Parshas Kedoshim that one of those feelings that we have to really work hard to make sure that we do not have is sinah, hatred. Hatred of our fellow Jew. The Pasuk says, Lo sisna es achicha bilvavecha. Inside our heart, it's not that you don't like someone and you can't say to them, I hate you, or you can't tell someone, I hate someone else. The Torah says, no, that's sort of obvious. But even in our heart, we can't even think that, we can't even have that emotion. What's that about? So at the root of it, Rav Shamshon Raphael Hirsch, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, points out around these psukim, around this pasuk, the psukim around this pasuk, the Torah uses a number of different words to describe relationships with people. Re'acha, seems like your friend. Amitacha, your fellow. Yet when it comes to this pasuk about sin, about hatred, Hashem chooses the word achicha, your brother. And so Rav Hirsch points out, why is that the case? Because there are times that we have a friend, and I used to be closer with this person, then something happened and there was some kind of a challenge, a fracture that happened to our relationship. Or I know this person, we're really an acquaintance. It's okay that we got into a fight. I never really spoke much to them or never really cared for them. But yet, when we look at a relationship that goes downhill, and we're so upset, we're so disappointed, we're so hurt, and we end up saying to ourselves, I'm sad that the relationship is gone. Sometimes we even need to create boundaries to separate ourselves from certain unhealthy relationships. But nevertheless, Rav Hirsch says the reason why the Torah chooses the term achicha, your brother, when it comes to sinah, to hatred, is to remind us that the relationship we have with whichever person, despite the difficulties which exist, is one which is familial and on a certain level can never be lost. That's what we need to keep in mind and avoid the sin of the hatred in our heart. When all is said and done, we as members of Klal Yisrael are brothers and sisters, and we mustn't hate our fellow Jew. It doesn't mean that we have to be best friends with everyone. It doesn't mean that we have to agree with everyone. But it does mean that we have to recognize that we're all family. And that's why Rav Hirsch says the word achicha is used to describe sinah. There is so much to learn from this message. There is so much conflict that exists among our people in Israel, throughout the world. And during this period of time, during Sfira, it's really the time period of the year where we focus on achicha, we focus on our brothers, our sisters. And another pasuk, of course, we're all familiar with in Parshas Kedoshim, V'yahavta l'recha kamocha. We have to search for the love that we have for our family, for our brothers, our sisters, our fellow Jew. If we love ourselves, then we have to find the love in others. May we be zocheh to internalize this message and truly avoid hatred in all levels and find the ahava for all members of Klal Yisrael. Thank you for listening and have a good Shabbos.